Hey everyone, welcome to this SUPboarder video where I'm going to be speaking about the 2025 Aqua Marina range of inflatable paddleboards. We have done lots of videos on Aqua Marina in the past, and this video is going to give you an overview of that range, but really looking at the newer boards that they've brought out for 2025. In the studio, in the boards that we've been using, we've got a wide selection of boards from kids inflatable paddleboards to the crossover SUP kayak inflatable boards and super lightweight packable SUPs and their new Power SUP package we're going to be looking at as well. As ever, thank you very much for watching this video. If you find it useful and interesting, please give it a like, subscribe to our YouTube channel, all that other jazz, and also check out SUPboarder, the main website, and SUPboarder Pro, which is the next level of SUP content. So as I said, there's a lot of videos and reviews that we've already done on Aqua Marina boards, and a lot of those boards are still current in this 2025 range. Just having a look at that large range there, they still have their very much the core of their inflatable range being the all-round base boards, the advanced all-round, the all-round SUPs. They've got the touring SUPs, racing SUPs, they've got some yoga SUPs, got multi-person, multi-use SUPs as well. The surf SUP, the glow board, I say there's a lot of these we've already done reviews with, so definitely check out those on the SUPboarder Mag site and on YouTube. Aqua Marina have always hit a very competitive price. They're not the cheapest boards on the market and they are not the most expensive, and you do get a lot for your money. There is thousands of you all around the world who use Aqua Marina boards, and it's always great to hear your feedback, so please keep that coming. Aqua Marina have definitely started innovating more with their products in the last few years, and the materials and the environmental message around the brand as well. That's always great to see any brand doing that. Last year we saw the Aqua Marina Glow, which is a very different board from anything we've ever seen before. Definitely a new innovation for them this year is bringing out these super lightweight packable SUPs. We've been playing around with both these boards over the last few weeks, and they come in two sizes, a 10-foot by 32 and an 11-foot by 32. So they are good key size for a lot of people to paddle. The 11-foot is a little bit longer, it's going to paddle a little bit quicker, it's going to give you more glide. The 10-foot will be much more maneuverable. The idea around these SUPs, it's quite obvious, is to make them as small as possible in their pack down and as light as possible. Now to be fair, Aqua Marina always make fairly lightweight boards, but these boards are even lighter again. The 10-foot one, when we weighed it, sitting around 6.2 kilos, and the 11-foot board sitting around 6.8 kilos. Now that is a very light SUP. That you can still put a good amount of weight on the board as well. The reason these boards can be folded up and then rolled up nice and small is all to do with the material of these boards. These are all made out of TPU Woven drop stitch. This is very much a new material in the SUP industry. It's very light, it's very supple. It allows the board to be folded in half, rolled up nice and tight, and it will go in that bag being that much smaller. That comes as a complete package with a 5-piece paddle, a smaller backpack, a lightweight leash, and a nice plastic colour coordinated fin. They very much are all-round SUPs, so you are going to be just doing general paddling with these boards. You could take them a little bit more longer distance, you could take them SUP surfing as well, but they're really more designed around getting you paddling more often, being easy to transport, nice and lightweight. If you want a better, a more performing board, there are going to be better boards in the Aqua Marina range for that on the water. This is a real board that maybe you keep in the car all of the time, or you just want to suddenly go for a quick paddle. You want to walk a little bit further as well. They're definitely the boards you're going to be looking at. They have got a few nice features on these boards. I really like the new bungee system that Aqua Marina put on these boards. Very quick and easy to adjust, doesn't come undone. Stripped back in the sense there's only one handle on these boards, but that central handle is very comfortable, and because the boards only weigh around 6.5 kilos on average, it's very easy to carry. The fin system's really neat. It's got like a slide-in click fin. That is a new system on these boards. It's an easy system to use, and the fin itself is nice and stiff with a good overall profile for most types of paddling. Price points are still yet to be confirmed with Aqua Marina on those, but we do think they're still going to hit that very competitive price point that Aqua Marina always do hit. So if you're looking for a lightweight, easy transportable board this year that isn't going to break the bank, the Airo and the Halo are going to be boards that should definitely be on your list. A board and package that's new for this year and is very different from the lightweight packable SUPs is the AMGO, or the Aqua Marina Go. Now that is being brought to us as a package with an electric fin. So the board is called a Turbo. The one we have here is the 366. This is the biggest one in the range. This is 12 foot by 33. They also do a 1010 by 32 and a 106 by 32. The board itself is very much designed for all types of paddling. It's nice and stable. It's going to be able to take a good rider weight on that as well. The big difference between this is it comes with that electric Bluedrive S fin setup. Now, we've actually done a lot of videos in the past using the Bluedrive S and the Bluedrive K, which is the same fin, but it comes without a battery pack, so you can add your own battery pack. I've done a lot of fun sort of challenge-based videos, and I've used those fins a lot in the past, and they do have a place in our market for maybe you wanting to paddle a little bit further. You'd have more of a paddle assist type of paddleboard. Obviously, you need to use this sensibly. You don't want to be paddling off in one direction using all of your battery. You realize you have to turn back and paddle back without the battery. So you've got to be a little bit sensible with this. But a lot of people are finding that the Bluedrive and other power source fins are actually a great asset to have, as I said, a paddle assist. There's a lot of people that do need a little bit more help when they go paddling. I know some people that use these systems to paddle upstream, upriver, then they take the system off, put it in a bag, and then they just paddle back downstream with their standard fin. You could do the same principle if you're paddling into the tide. Definitely using this sensibly, it is a very good asset to have. Check out some other videos I've done where I've used the Bluedrive S in more of a blog style format. I've had well over an hour of use with a lot of these Bluedrive fins. Definitely check out those videos for a bit more in-depth information about that system. A board that we're really happy we got our hands on this year is the new Aqua Marina Vibrant Touring Board. Now, the Vibrant range is a range of inflatable paddle boards designed for kids. We've had our daughter and other kids on the smaller 8-foot board, and it's been good to get our hands on the longer board. So this board is 10 foot long by 26 inches wide. Definitely designed for kids who are better at paddling, have already got that paddle skill, or don't mind sort of picking up the sport quite quickly. Getting them on a narrow board really means you can paddle that much further, that much faster with them. And this being the touring board, it's got the extra bungees at the front and the back. Your kids could go touring with you. Now, we've done this a lot in the past with our daughter, and this board is absolutely ideal for getting them on those mini adventures. Still fairly lightweight, about 8 kilos, so most kids can carry it. The package you get with that is nice. You get a small kids-focused adjustable paddle with the package, good quality leash, same touring shaped fin you'd see on the adult touring boards. So if you've got any kids who are really getting into SUP and enjoying it, and you don't really want a slow board to hold them back, and they don't really want to go for the full race style boards, the Vibrant is definitely a board you need to get them on. Another board, or slash boat I should say, that's had some changes this year that we're going to do a full review on SUPboarder soon is the new Aqua Marina Cascade. Now, we've looked at this in a few different styles in the past. We've done some blog videos of this product, but this is the new board. This is becoming quite popular with a lot of you out there. So the basic principle for this is an 8-inch thick board that you can stand in, you can stand on, you can sit on top of with a backrest, you can sit inside of as well. You can kayak it, you can SUP it. It is going to be really good for a lot of different people doing a lot of different things. Great for families, great for putting the kids inside, great for somebody who wants to take it stand-up paddleboarding, but also share it with somebody who wants to go kayaking with it as well. Or maybe you're looking for something to stand-up paddleboard when it's nice and flat, but when it's choppy and windy, you want to sit on it and do more kayaking. It is a board that when we first saw it, we did think it looked a bit strange, but when you get your head into it and you start using it, it does have some really great benefits. Now, I'm going to do a full review on that board in a separate video, so look out for that soon. But the Cascade is a board that's been in the market for a couple of years now. There's been some tweaks to this board, but it's still going to get a lot of you on the water. A very good family all-round type of board. Now I want to touch into a bit more of the constructions that Aqua Marina use, and also looking at these boards that we've been reviewing in our deflection test, which is where we measure how much the boards bend or deflect. Now, Aqua Marina have definitely been increasing the quality of their boards and their manufacturing processes year on year. There's definitely no doubt. Like with the new packSUPs here, with the Halo and the Airo, being that TPU, that lighter weight, more flexible PVC, does allow the board to pack and be folded up. The way that board is made, it's still made with the internal core, like all of these boards, of dropstitch, which is a nylon strand that goes from the top and bottom of the board. That is a woven material in this one. So on top of the dropstitch, there's a woven fabric. Then they put the TPU material on top of that. There's multiple layers of TPU material on the rails. That gives you a lightweight but very foldable and packable board. You've also got boards in the range that are the double layer construction, a little bit more traditional base, let's say. They're probably the toughest wearing boards. You're going to see that on the surfing SUPs, the whitewater boards, the touring base boards. The PVC material is generally thicker. Really, when it comes to constructions, the more layers that go on the board and on the rails are going to give you a tougher board that's stiffer as well, but it's going to be heavier to carry and use. So it's that trade-off between how much you want a lightweight board to how much you need a stiff board or a very durable base board. Aqua Marina a few years ago moved on to what they call heat fusion and high frequency welding. That's where the joins and the rails of the board are not just glued together, they are heated and almost welded together. It gives you a much better bond, and you haven't got to worry about the glue degrading maybe in the sun over the years, then the weld will just keep the board completely airtight. Looking at the deflections or how much these boards bend, we put these all through our deflection test, which is where we put them on a gap of 1.5 meters with a weight of 75 kilograms in the center of the board. And then we measure how much the board bends. All these boards are pumped up to the recommended pressure of 15 psi. And just remember, the differences in constructions and the materials that are on the rails and the thicknesses of the boards will make a difference to the overall stiffness. These new lightweight packSUPs had a deflection of 19 millimeters at 15 psi. That is a 6-inch thick board, but that is actually fairly good for the weight of the board as well. If we're looking at the bigger turbo, that is a slightly heavier duty construction, and that dropped 17 millimeters at 15 psi. Looking at the Vibrant, now that is a 4.7-inch thick board, so it's a thinner board compared to the 6-inch boards. That dropped 23 millimeters at 15 psi. Now for the weight that's going to be going on that board, that is a kid SUP, and that is an absolute fine deflection for that board. The stiffest board boat we've tested was the Cascade. Now this is really interesting because it's a 8-inch thick board and it's got an internal lower chamber as well. And that only dropped 10 millimeters in the middle where that secondary sort of double chamber is. If you stood on the side of the board, it's even stiffer again. Just shows you that the tougher construction that's in the Cascade, the thickness of the Cascade gives you way more stiffness. Definitely Aqua Marina are getting more praise from us. There's a lot less plastic in the packaging that comes with the boards. You still will find some plastic wrapped around some of the boards, but there's definitely more paper in there in general. And they are trying to use more solid base plastic items which can be more easily recyclable as well. With all the Aqua Marina gear, they still come as standard with a 2-year warranty. They are very much available in shops as well as online, which is a really good thing to see. So you can actually go to a physical shop, you can buy, maybe even try a product before you get one. And also if there's any issues with that product, you can go back to the shop and physically speak to somebody, which does make a difference when it comes to buying any product. Looking at any negatives or observations that we think you should know before you buy into potentially any of these new Aqua Marina products. Aqua Marina in general do make a good quality product, and it does sit at that comfortable price point and where it should be in the market. With most of these products, they do come as full packages, so pumps, bags, paddles, leashes. Some of you will definitely want to upgrade some of those things in the package. The paddles are acceptable to get you on the water and get you into paddling, but as soon as you get into the sport a little bit more, that is going to be something you're going to want to upgrade. The pump is something that is going to get the recommended 15 psi into the board, but it's definitely going to take a little bit longer and be a little bit more effort than some more expensive pumps on the market. So that might be something that, again, if you're getting into the sport a little bit more and you're pumping the board up a little bit more regularly, you're going to probably get yourself a better pump. The bags are all backpack based bags, but they are very lightweight and basic. So they fit the boards in great, but you will want to maybe paddle those out if you're going to be carrying them a little bit further. So with some of the accessories, definitely if you become more of a regular paddleboarder, you're going to be wanting to upgrade those things. But for me, I'd rather see those things in the package a bit cheaper and have the board better quality for the price point overall. So there is an overview of the new stuff that we're seeing in the 2025 Aqua Marina range. Remember, the 2025 range is way bigger than that, and there is still a good range of gear out there. We've done videos on virtually all of the other stuff, so definitely check that out. It's been really good to look at more of these standout products for this year. The new packSUPs are going to get a lot of people on the water wanting a good lightweight board that's easy to transport and it hits that comfortable price point. For those out there who need more paddle assist and wanting to look at a more complete package, definitely look at the AMGO and the Bluedrive S power fin. For kids under about 75 kilos, maybe the age of 15, they're going to find the Vibrant a fun and easy board to paddle. It's going to allow them to paddle a lot further and require a lot less effort, and they will be able to keep up with you and go on some proper adventures. For more of a multi all-round type of board boat, you've got to be looking at the Cascade. As I said, we're going to do a full review on that very soon. It's going to suit a lot of people wanting to do so many different types of things on the water. If you've got any questions or comments about Aqua Marina or about any of these boards specifically, please let us know on the comments below. And of course, if you SUPboarder Pro members, get on to the Ask the Experts and ask us as many questions as you want about this brand compared to other brands, and we'll happily get back and make sure you buy the best board out there for you. My name is Ruben. Thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you found it interesting and informative, and we'll see you on another SUPboarder video soon.